Right, we're off. What time is it? 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Spent quite a bit of time on the towpath talking to people. This boat on the left has very kind Stephen, who's a viewer, who's just gone and bought us a bottle of wine. Which is totally unexpected and super kind of him. And then behind is Charles and the boat examiner. Right, onwards and upwards. Sort of almost secret garden tucked away. Fabulous. So that was a slight first for us. Somebody fishing at the side of the canal. And he said, "I know you." And I went, "All right." He went, "Mr. and Mrs. Narrow Escape." Sue said, "All right, yeah. We've never been called that before."
Definitely a first.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Narrow Escape. Anyway, that's us. Good spot. All the new calves in there. Under the M45 motorway. BARBY Marina. We've got a couple of great llamas. What's the other one that's like a llama, but not a llama? Really nice. Shepherd's Hut. gazebo area. Lovely. And then you see that. Wow. Not going to catch your chimney on that bridge, that's for sure. Yeah, we came through here in 2021 on a hire boat before we had our own, and there was no housing here. They just started clearing. They had this really cool, just sort of digger thing in front. We had a miniature one of those that they controlled by remote control, which is pretty cool. So I don't know if that was new technology they were trying out or quite what, but anyway, what a difference a year or so makes.
They built these very quickly.
Chatting to these guys the other day. There we go.
Hillmorton top locks, I suppose. These called tandem locks when they're like this side by side. And Josh is in here, and this interesting little lozenge. Old winding gear. Felt really odd today, just having one gate there to open back into single locks, which is quite nice. And these paddles wind so smoothly. An absolute delight. Anyway, I think we're ready for Josh to exit. There is a time restriction on Hillmorton locks at the moment. Last entry's 4 o'clock, and we thought it'd be touch and go if we got here in time, but we did. Just gone 3 o'clock and we're in. Have to be clear by 5, so we're not going to have a problem with that. Famous last words. There are some CRT volunteers down there, and there is a lock in that boat in the lock, not a lock in the boat.
It's rather unfortunate timing here. A boat's just gone into the lock ahead of us and the spare lock on the towpath side is out of order, so we're going to have to wait.
So we're at the third of Hillmorton locks, and the left gate won't close. So Josh is hanging there, waiting to come in after this boat here.
Just while we're waiting for the lock behind me to open up, here's Babsy. Lovely.
At least that's the explanation we've been given.
It sounds plausible,
We've
doesn't
got
it?
one coming up. Time's up to close
Yeah.
at 4,
Oh, 3:30.
so it's still plenty of time. Rather than queuing at the top.
Go on, my angel. So there's the first time for everything. These guys on the hire boat in front of us were just about to do their first ever lock, so needless to say they had plenty of questions.
Look on there.
Just a quick word of caution, if you ever find yourself trying to moor here, there is a golf course on the left hand side, and when we were here hire boating a few years ago, we actually got hit by a golf ball, believe it or not. Luckily it only hit the hull of the boat.
Been out in the countryside for so long, it really feels strange seeing houses other than canal side cottages and cars. You really can just lose yourself out there. As you can see, this is a really popular place to moor, and it's no wonder. There's water point and rubbish point on the starboard side, and just to the left down a little path which I wouldn't really like to walk down at night, but it is a really quick cut through to the shops. There's a huge Tesco, and on the other side of the road a place called Elliott's Field, which is sort of a retail out of town shopping park. So practically everything you could need here, which is why it's so busy.
For anyone that's hire boated in this area, this bridge might look familiar. It used to lead to ABC hire boats. They've since moved. But you'll see quite a few of these sort of ornate bridges as you go along this stretch. I'll explain more in a moment. So hopefully I'll get to show you this in more detail in the next vlog, but effectively what you're looking at is the blue line being the canal line that we're following now, and the green line representing the route of the old Oxford Canal. So in effect, a good chunk of all of the canal that we're going to see ahead of us for a little while at least is new, in inverted commas. So what we're going to see is a much straighter piece of canal than you'd normally be used to, set in a much deeper cutting than is normal, and also some very, very high viaducts coming over our heads. And where we see these ornate bridges, that's often where the old canal route branches off from the new one. So these mooring spots here just on our port side are for long-term mooring holders only, but as you can see, some real effort goes into the garden areas here. Isn't that a pretty bridge? Horsley Ironworks. Yeah. So I've just come up to Lime Farm Marina. My angel has rejoined me on the deck, on the flight deck. Been doing some work. Boo. This is much better. It is a good thing these days though that you can work on a boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you've been doing emails and stuff using the router, and yeah. What does it matter where you are in certain... useful actually. Some diesel.
Do we need it?
Nah. They've bought a new boat. It's been interesting though getting some feedback from viewers and subscribers about wide beams, and I think the general consensus isn't that positive about them. I don't know if that's
I don't know why.
We haven't had any problems. Well, I say that. There was that wide beam.
Reckless man.
Yeah, in Milton Keynes, who needed to deal with himself.
Yeah, but then you get
yeah, but he could
swamps on narrowboats as well, don't you?
Yeah. You just got twice the metal to crash into your boat, but
that's a bit harsh. I feel like it's a bit harsh that.
I think we probably need to be we need to do a bit more time served to have. Well, our view is that they're no better, no worse, no different. Everyone's the same, and then need to sort of prove themselves otherwise, but I don't know if they live slightly differently because, you know, I don't know. I
was looking at some pictures of wide beam yesterday.
Right. Wide beam discussion duly over. Abort, abort, abort. Right, we're coming up to Bridge 42, which of course is the meaning of life.
At the end of our life, I said I'll line it up, right?
Oh, hang on.
Oh dear.
Got an interesting angle. Right, keep rolling. Keep the camera rolling.
Oh, that's close.
You know, if you hit the side, I'm going to drop your phone in the canal, don't you?
Do not drop my phone.
Well, don't crash and then.
Don't drop my phone. Don't drop my phone.
Dun, dun, dun. Please don't crash.
Oh, loads of room. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Well, I wasn't bothered. There it is.
Were you worried?
No.
I was a bit. All's well.
All's well. Nestled just here. The boat with no name. We're going to call the boat Ermintrude. That is boat Ermintrude. Boat in cottage. It's nice, isn't it, with a path that leads to and from the canal. That's a lovely, yeah, lovely setting. Ooh, landing, missed it. Oh yes.
It's unusual me spotting it in you. Oh, a nice little sort of walk area. Boats are over there off. We've had a really good day cruising on a stretch of canal we know well from when we hired a narrowboat for a holiday a couple of years ago. This looks like a really good place to moor up for the evening, and it means that everything ahead of us now is uncharted territory for us, so it'll be a voyage of discovery. We're looking forward to it.
Wow, look at that. Oh, I hear a train.